Hello, welcome to Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea and Burnley. I'm Matt in the commentary gantry. And you might think before this game that Chelsea have an easy win, but I wouldn't be so sure. Burnley drew last week with Liverpool, and they could play serious spoiler today. So, Burnley currently on 1 point. Their only point with that so far was that draw this week against Liverpool. Chelsea drew this week as well to Everton, but are on 4 points currently. Everyone's still finding their footing here early on in the season. Burnley have an early attack. It's saved by Karnaseki. Here's Caicedo to Palmer. Pedro Neto. James. Caicedo. Back to James. Caicedo. Sansei. Turned over. Florentino now to Ugo Chukwu out on the left side. Ugo Chukwu tries to go forward but turns the ball over. Pedro Neto for Chelsea. Garnacho. Turned over to... Oh, and one back by Chelsea. Neto offside. Oh, a huge chance there for Chelsea. So here is Burnley now, Dara Bayeyo, Florentino, Ugo Chukwu. Florentino, Cullen. Jacob Larsson on the right side. Havertz on loan from Arsenal. Finds Cullen, who scored 2 goals last week. Havertz, oh, almost a huge chance for Burnley to go ahead. Josh Cullen was the hero in the draw to Burnley last week, scoring 2 great goals. Or draw to Liverpool, I mean. For Burnley. Here's Palmer over the top. Kyle Walker gets in the way. Boots it up. Chelsea win the ball back. Fernandez. Caicedo. Palmer. Through ball. Here's Garnacho. Spins it back. Back to Palmer. And one away by Burnley. They hoof it up the pitch to Havertz. Havertz with a great touch and handball maybe? Or foul. Whatever it is, it's Chelsea's free kick. Maybe De Vrij taking the free kick. Palmer, Caicedo, back to Palmer, back to Caicedo. Midfield working together. Pedro Neto out on the right flank. Now Dara Bayeyo. Ugo Chukwu. Just kicks it out of bounds. Not the smartest idea, as Chelsea have possession. Palmer. Fernandez. Sansei. Turns it over. Pitch to Havertz. Seems like Burnley's game plan so far has just been win possession and boot it up to Havertz. Here's Ugo Chukwu. Pires. Florentino. Cullen. Florentino again. Havertz. Turns it over. Chelsea with the ball. Sansei. Palmer. No. Turned over again. Burnley win it back. Both these teams not able to hold the ball. Jacob Larsson. Through to Kyle Walker. He's got space. De Vrij looking over to cover. Ugo Chukwu. Havertz! Off the post. Almost an outstanding goal. Be a Chelsea goal kick. Karnaseki will put it back into play. Caicedo finds Fernandez. Back to Caicedo. Palmer. Neto. James. Back to Palmer. Who's holding the ball now. Fernandez. Sansei. Back to Burnley. So neither team really able to find a breakthrough. Might I say Burnley, have had more shots. Maybe they have been the better team, but I think Chelsea did a better job at holding the ball and connecting their passes. Palmer. Sliding tackle from Florentino missed. Sansei. One back by Burnley. Ugo Chukwu. Pires. Ugochukwu now. To Havertz. Out wide, or tried to go out wide, deflected. Here's Palmer. On back by Burnley, Florentino, forward to Ugochukwu. And intercepted again. These teams really struggling. Burnley win it back. Hooked up the pitch by Darabayoyo. Romani now. Palmer. Garnacho. Back to Palmer. And won by Cullen. Havertz. Half coming to a close here, still knotted up. Ugochukwu. Florentino. Taken away. Neto. Probably the last attack of the half. And one. He raced. Ugochukwu. That'll do it for the first half of play. All knotted up at 0-0 here at Stamford Bridge. And we will be back after this. Back at Stamford Bridge, all knotted up at 0-0. Both teams looking for an opener. There's the Lion. He's doing something. That's for sure. Florentino now. Walker. Jacob Larson. To Debo. Cullen. Burnley starting to connect their passes a little bit. I spoke too soon. Maybe not. Ugochukwu wins it. Havertz. Cullen. He's got plenty of space. Works it outside. Jacob Larson. Havertz. No. Won by Chelsea. Pedro Neto. And one back. Florentino. Ugochukwu. Cullen. Ugochukwu. Cullen again. Back to Ugochukwu. Those two working together in the midfield. Jacob Larson. Cullen. Florentino. Ugochukwu. Havertz. Could be a promising attack. Florentino. Oh, and it dies out by Romani's hand. Or his foot, I guess, in this context. Pedro Neto down the right wing. Running like he usually does. He scored a goal they scored a goal just like this last week. Neto crossed it in, and Enzo Fernandez scored a header. We'll try again. Palmer gets on the end of that. I believe it might be Chelsea's first shot of the game, or one of them. Darabayoyo. Ugochukwu, Florentino. Jacob Larson. Cullen. Jacob Larson is through. Cullen again. Tries to get back to Larson. Cucurella intercepts. And Burnley win it back and lose it back again. Palmer now. Caicedo. Palmer. Moving forward. Caicedo back to Palmer. Palmer saved. Took one from a long way out there. Chelsea trying a new approach, handball. That's going to be it for Garnacho and Ugochukwu. That's Esteval and I believe Jaden Anthony coming onto the pitch, respectively. Yep, Jaden Anthony comes on for Burnley. Sanse. Fernandez. Esteval. Sanse. Over the top. Caught by Galashi. Havertz. Well, it's supposed to go to Havertz, but Burnley have it back. Cullen. Now Havertz. Now Jaden Anthony. Fresh legs in the game. On the left side and turns it over to Caicedo. De Vrij. Fernandez. Palmer. Esteval. We could end up 0-0. 20 minutes to go. Still no breakthrough. Cullen. Florentino. Acerbi. Anthony. And turned over. Caicedo. Fernandez. Back to Caicedo. Back to Fernandez. Chelsea trying to maintain possession and find the first goal of the game, and what ultimately could be the winner with how this game has gone. Sanse. Esteval. Down the left side. Puts it back into Palmer. And Todibo is going to knock that one to a Serbi. Almost intercepted there. Brun Larson finds Cullen. Florentino. Adarabayolio. Burnley moving forward. Havertz out wide to Jaden Anthony. Florentino. And turned over. Reece James. Pedronetto. Sanse. Palmer. Caicedo. Fernandez. Esteval. Chelsea linking their pass as well. Here's Sanse. Sanse going forward. I know, awful shot. Did not hit that one right at all. That's going to be it for Pedronetto. They're going to bring on, not quite sure who that is. Jacob Larson comes off for Edwards. Joao Pedro, sorry. Joao Pedro's on for Neto. Palmer. Fernandez. Chelsea midfield working together to try and find a late winner. Esteval. Caicedo. Fernandez. Over the top. Palmer! Goal! Galashi came off his line to try and catch it. Palmer got to the ball first and heads it home. Chelsea lead with 6 minutes to go, and that very well could be all she wrote. It's a great ball in. Great header from Palmer. And goal just left empty because Galashi came off his line. The Chelsea lead 1-0. Galashi left defenseless. Alright, 5 minutes to go. Burnley gets restarted. They're going to need to find a winner quickly. Or an equalizer, sorry. Florentino. Josh Cullen. Oh, turned over. That's not how they're going to do it. Sanse. Kyle Walker. Edwards. Kai Havertz. 89th minute. Burnley looking for an equalizer. Here's Edwards. Kai Havertz. Oh, over to Anthony's way offside. Yeah, the flag is up. You could tell that from a mile away. And it wasn't very close. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. This might be the most offside pass I've ever seen in this game. So, about a minute to go. Chelsea need to hold the ball here. De Vrij, Fernandez, Palmer. And that'll do it. Chelsea grabbed the 3 points. They left it late, but they do end up with the win. It was a goal by Palmer that drove them ahead. And we're going to go check the performance in a moment. So here's the ratings for this game. Havertz the 6.0, Checo 7.0, Florentino 7.8, so, and Cullen 7.9. So the Burnley midfield very strong in this game. Almost gave them a win. They fell just short, of course. 5.3 for Galashi, kind of deserved for that awful positioning on the goal. 8.4 for Palmer, he's the player of the match. And 6.8 for Karnaseki. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, check out the other videos on the channel. Join the Discord. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.